Let me introduce to you Jangad, the protagonist of Mel Gibson's epic adventure film entitled Apocalypto. Remember the film? He was nicknamed Almost by the film's antagonist because, whether by cunning ability or by merely coincidence, he managed to escape close calls of death throughout the movie. Well, my life is a sort of version of Apocalypto's Almost because, like Jangad, I have also managed to escape several close calls of death before. Let me transport you to some of them. The very first close call experience of mine took place when I was 4 years old. One afternoon, my mother was doing some laundry work beside a well. And she was busy washing and squeezing clothes. I was also busy playing with water and mud, forming figures out of clay. Now I can't remember that the fence had any well to surround it. It was not fenced. While I was doing some body movements and playing, my feet unfortunately lost balance, causing me to slip and fall into the well. Perhaps my mother was just too preoccupied with her laundry work that she failed to notice what happened to me. And neither did my sister, who was also around that time. And so there I was, my whole body plunged in deep water. I remember telling myself, oh, Jeremiah, just relax and be still, or else you will be running out of breath. And that was exactly what I did. It had probably taken a minute or two before my sister finally noticed me below. And you know what she did? She just innocently asked my mother a question. Ay, ano kung ginagawa ni Papa dyan sa baba, sa ilalim ng balon? Ha? Ha? My mother immediately got the message, and so she screamed at the top of her lungs to get my father's attention. Winnie! Si Tata nahulog sa balon kanina pa! My father didn't waste any minutes. He jumped into the water to rescue me. I think I stayed underwater for about 5 minutes. Had I stayed longer than that, I could have perished. That would have been the end of me. Now that was really a close call, hence making my life a sort of version of Apocalypto's Almost. The second close call experience of mine took place when I was 6 years old. I was inside our comfort room, sitting in the toilet bowl. I was in the middle of my, you know what I mean? When a cobra about this big suddenly raised half of its body to attack me. Oh, my reaction was instant. I jumped over the cobra, shouted at the top of my lungs to flee from its attack. Whew! That was very close. And I know that you are convinced that I consider it as another version of Apocalypto's Almost. Another close call experience of mine took place when I was 9 years old. One day, my mouth was really craving to eat some coconut fruit. So I decided to harvest some using an iron sickle. So I tied the iron sickle on a bamboo pole and proceeded to climb a coconut tree, a coconut nut. Now, when I reached half of its height, I decided to pick those fruits using the sickle that I was carrying. Unfortunately, the sickle got detached from the bamboo pole and it fell right on me, wounding my right bicep and the base of my right index finger. And I tell you, it was very painful. And I was almost tempted to let loose of my embrace from that coconut tree. Had it happened, I could have fallen to the ground. That could have been the end of me, and much worse, what if the sickle fell on my skull? Again, I know that you won't argue with me if I consider that incident as another version of Apocalypto's Very good. Now finally, the closest of all the close call experiences of mine took place when I was 6 years old. I was dehusking a coconut one day using an iron tool that was attached to a three-legged wooden support with its very sharp tip pointed upward. So I was doing like this. Now so far so good. But then at one point, my feet again lost balance, causing my chest to fall right into that sharp iron object. I was bleeding. My chest got involuntarily stabbed. It was very painful. Fortunately for me, it only hit this hard portion of my chest. Had it hit below this, I could have died instantly. But it hit this hard portion, but it still formed a hole until now the scar is visible. So that was the closest of all the close call experiences that I ever had. And yeah, later. And you can't blame me if I consider that as the almost of all the almosts that I've ever had. Well, those are my close call experiences in life. I do not know how do you view them, whether coincidence or good luck or whatever. But for me, I believe that those close call experiences are just God's way of shaping my life to what I am now and leading me to believe that my life's longevity is a matter of God's grace alone. If I am still alive right now, I am convinced that it is to fulfill a certain purpose. My chief purpose in life is to glorify God and enjoy Him forever. I should spend the remaining time of my life to know Him and to make Him known to others.